Welcome back to the Two Blunt Podcast. This is episode 9. My name's Khalif. I'm here with Kevin and
Rain.
Well, welcome back to the podcast anyway. What's going on, guys? How was your weekend?
I lost my AirPods.
Damn.
I know, I'm pretty mad.
It was your dad's birthday, right?
It was my dad's
Happy birthday, Mr.
Happy
Torres.
birthday. How old he turn?
50.
Oh, shit, the big 50.
The
man.
big,
Oh,
big
okay,
50.
okay.
That boy's halfway to heaven.
Oh my god, bro.
That's terrible.
Motherfucker.
They say 50 is when you hit your prime, man. That's when you become a sugar daddy. Yeah. Usually when the chicks like, oh, my sugar daddy, he bought me the Birkin.
Birkin?
Your dad.
Your dad's buying Birkins?
Yeah, when he get to that 50, yeah. My dad's he's about to be
47? No, shoot.
Damn,
40?
46.
Yeah, 40, yeah,
48.
40, yeah, 48. Yeah, he's about to be a sugar daddy pretty soon too.
48.
So.
2 more years.
Yeah.
What about you?
Soon.
Anything?
What was this weekend? Now, I didn't do nothing personally, but I just watched a lot of football. And basketball's back. They had the preseason.
Yeah.
Preseason.
How you feeling about that?
I'm not a big basketball fan. But
I only watched the finals.
I was watching the Brooklyn Nets.
Yeah.
I wanted to see how they play because the Kyrie and KD thing's not I don't really trust that.
What?
I don't
Wait, what do
trust
you
that
mean?
Kyrie
Wow.
Kyrie and Kevin Durant playing together
What do you mean you don't trust it though?
because Kyrie's kind of a ball hog, man. It's like playing with
Because
a
Kyrie's
It's
nasty.
the difference between being a ball hog and
Skill.
and
He's very talented, yes, but all of them talented. But the problem
I don't
is,
know
I
about all
feel
of
like
them.
he's gonna have the same issue he had with Russell Westbrook.
Who?
Similar issues. Kevin
Oh,
Durant.
to Kevin Durant?
Why do you
Well,
think he
he's
left
a-
to go play with Steph Curry? Steph Curry
Because he
passed
wanted
him
a
the ball.
ring.
no, well, Kyrie's an isolation player. That's how they ran. If you remember
That's what I
him
know.
with the Cavs, that's how their whole offense went. That it was the
Exactly, but
isolation.
I think it's better if Kevin Durant plays in like the Warriors set. That's better, like that pass.
Yeah,
that,
yeah.
That's to me. That's just a better way of playing basketball.
Right.
When you just have Kyrie open the field, when you do all that, you doing too much.
how did they run?
You know how they're making joke. Kyrie, he goes, open it up.
Yeah,
He'll move to the side.
Get out
he
of
does
the
a
way.
little,
That's
little
how-
hezzy.
That's his thing. That's his yeah.
And he be doing all that, and it be a brick sometimes.
lot of
Sometimes it
times.
goes in,
A lot of
but
times.
most of the time it's a brick. It's that, come on, man, you just wasted 17 seconds of the shot clock.
Yeah, and it's crazy. A lot of people didn't notice that was his game until like just recently when he went to the Celtics.
Yeah,
they were like,
and-
oh
but
man,
he-
this guy's
but
he's an isolation
If-
player.
Look
Like,
what happens when he left the Celtics.
well,
Kemba Walker, you see how they
Oh,
passed?
yeah,
bro.
yeah.
All these when he was playing with them, Jason Tatum and I think his name is something Brown. Jason Brown or Josh Brown? Jason Brown.
It ain't no James Brown.
it's not
Jason Tatum, whatever something Brown.
what-
Like they all their numbers went down when he got on the team, and then when he was injured, their numbers went up.
went up. Yeah,
Yes, because they're sharing the ball more, doing more
right.
free. It's better. Some people have to work in that type of like team.
I agree.
I'm a shooter who can't shoot, so I don't know.
I never played basketball, man. I got bad knees.
I'm the best
I
player.
got- you know, I
I'm
got
the
a
best
bad
player
knee,
in this
man.
pod, man. I used to really be out here like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I beat both of you guys together.
What, basketball?
No,
Basketball,
he,
yeah.
Play me in football.
He
Huh?
was all right.
Football? I probably.
Uh,
All right, man. So what we talking about today, man?
All right, wait. We were having this conversation earlier about like I don't think school's for everyone. You know what I mean? Like we all agree. School is not for everyone. I
No.
don't think people should be forced or forcing themselves because of like society tells them you need to go to school to be good in life. You know what I mean?
Go to school, get a
Yeah,
job.
get a degree, get a job. That's not how it works.
The old American dream.
Yeah, that's not how it works. I know
At
80.
least-
Yeah,
At least in 2020, that's not how it's working.
maybe it worked like that in the past.
Yeah, probably
when
in the 70s.
It's been like
or
that for a
80s.
while.
maybe the early 90s.
Early 90s, yeah,
Yeah,
but
but
like
it don't
going
work
into
like
the,
that.
2020.
You don't just go to college and come out with a job. It does not
Right.
work like that.
Right.
It does not.
Yeah, I agree. I think a lot of people are have a misunderstanding of the whole college experience. A lot of people just think, oh yeah, I'm gonna do my 4 years and then I'm gonna get a 6-figure paying job and
Incorrect.
our career, and it's all gonna be good. A lot of times they get these degrees and is literally dead end careers, or it's a new field that's bigger than what they thought was gonna be.
Yeah.
Exactly.
What was 4 years ago what was hot. So
Yeah.
I mean, like me personally, I didn't do the college.
Yeah.
Neither did I.
Tell me your story, Kareem.
I got it.
You don't have to tell your whole story.
I'm gonna tell him my story. All right, so I mean, coming out of high school, I just I signed up to go to the Marine Corps.
Yeah. Hoorah!
Do it one more time. I like that. I like
Hoorah!
Yeah. When you say that, put the little the emblem. Like
the Marine emblem.
I
got you.
Yeah.
Hoorah!
Yeah. So yeah, I signed up to go to the United States Marine Corps back in 2016. I mean 2012. I got out in 2016.
Yeah.
I guess the decision for me was it was real simple because I wasn't really good at school in the first place.
Yeah.
Right, but I could run fast.
But I want to say school. Just say academics.
Academics. Yeah.
You know, some people may not be good in math problems and this, but if you teach them how to do it, they can excel at it.
And
I know many people like that.
And people learn differently.
Exactly.
Right. So I probably wasn't as
you weren't a
book
board
smart.
teacher.
Yeah. I couldn't probably listen to a lecture, but if you showed me something, I was pretty good with my hands.
Yeah.
So I went that route. I did my 4 years. I learned the trade. Got a couple, met a lot of great people. Got a couple skills out of it and came out here.
Yeah.
I have. So you said you went straight from high school to the Marine?
Straight. I graduated in I believe June. I went in September of 2012.
What made you want to do it though? Because like for me, like
we've talked about this before.
Yeah,
we thought about going.
There's nothing wrong with the Marines,
Yeah.
but for me that's more of like a last solution. You know what I mean?
Last resort.
Because you said you're good with your hands. So why not like? How come you didn't like want to try to like be a mechanic or something, or like do something in construction, or just one of those?
I think it's as everybody's circumstances are different. I think for me, I just wanted to get out of my environment completely.
Mm-hmm.
So, you grow up in this area. You're like, man, this is all I know. You know, so you get presented with this opportunity, and these recruiters are really good. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna paint you a whole picture.
They almost got me, man.
They're gonna paint you a whole picture of all the
bro.
opportunities, all the people, all the money that you can get. About 25% of that is true.
Correct, yeah.
You know, it's what you make it, but about 25% of that is true. And I was just willing, and honestly, I was taking a leap of faith. I never seen anybody around me
go to the army
or the military in general, especially the Marine Corps. So I didn't see that. So I was like, man, let me try it out. Let's see what happens. So I and it was a good thing and a bad thing. And the good thing about it was that I didn't have any negative feedback. Because nobody did it. Nobody was telling me, oh, don't do it because their fears stopped them. So everybody was kind of like, I never heard of that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? So it was a bad thing, because, I probably made it a little, it's no bad thing. It's no bad thing to it. But I guess a lot of people could say I was impulsive with it straight out of high school and I was out. But, You
went looking for it or a recruiter found you?
I went looking for it. So, obviously you see those commercials and,
The few, the proud.
You see it a couple times. You're like,
yeah, man, I want to do that.
I'm kind of proud. I could be a few, you know what I'm saying? Like, you start getting confident. Those commercials are hyped up, man. You watch those watch a couple of Marine commercials, but you're gonna go to
when you're watching the NFL stuff, you just see the boys.
Yeah,
you like to serve your country. They put a little background music.
You jumping out the water. I jumped off and I came up a Marine. Like, whoa, like that's crazy. You know what I'm saying? But definitely worked out for the best. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because I was gonna say I've had a few recruiters try to like recruit me, and it's always the same thing. They I remember one time I was in the mall, and this is like the third or fourth recruiter to ever like walk up to me, and then I was like, I already knew what he was gonna do. He was just gonna he was gonna try to bullshit just so I could join, and then just so they can get your number and they can text you and bother you.
Yeah,
and then I like as soon as I did it, he walked up to me. He goes, "Yo, you remember me?" I was like, "Who are you?" Like, I just straight up I was like, "Who are you?" And then he's like, "Yo, you went to school together, right?" I was like, "I've never seen you a day in my life." Like, I was like purposely like pushing him away. And then he just kept going and going. And then they ask you, they're like, "Oh, what are you doing now?" I'm like, I'm still in school.
Right.
I'm still in high school.
Right.
You know, like we never graduated.
Oh, it's crazy now. I mean, it's probably harder now to get kids to join just because
People don't want to do that. Hold on, you tell me I gotta
just because
stop
now it's
posting on Instagram.
yeah, like
come to
kids,
the army?
kids are just not
Like,
built
I'm not
like
doing that.
But I mean, it's so advanced now, man. You can sign by the time you're a junior in high school. You
Yeah.
already have a contract signed, a date to go.
To go already.
Yeah,
I
already.
Yeah, I
You-
know-
you
I know a lot of
ready to-
people
you
like that,
ready to
actually,
go.
yeah.
So your senior year, you pretty much it's kind of like you
chilling.
have a scholarship. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? It's kind of like, oh, you signed to Kentucky. You know what I'm saying? For
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? So it depends, man. It depends. I think like for me, if anybody would ask me, I would recommend it. I would say, if you're not too sure on what you want to do and you want to make some money and learn a trade and just learn life skills. You know what I'm saying? Dude, sign that contract. Don't stay out here. Don't waste your time.
Yeah.
Waste your time getting in trouble.
Yeah.
You'll be fine.
Another thing they do is they do a good job because whatever they ask you, they're like, "What do you want to do?" And then they're like,
they got a thing. They got a whole pamphlet.
Yeah, they're like,
you like science? All right. So
Oh,
look,
break
we
down.
got this.
no, they're like, what do you want to do if it's not the Marine Corps? They're like, oh, you want to be like a firefighter or a police officer, and
Yeah.
like, only 25% of them actually get hired right out of the academy, and then they start giving you a bunch of numbers, and it's like, yo, you're not gonna get hired. They kind of like,
You're
look
gonna
and say,
suck at life. You better
yeah,
sign this paper.
You better sign
Yeah,
it.
sign the paper. Yeah, bro. That it's intense. But seriously, I've had like coaches and stuff like that. They always bring up decision making, right? That signing that contract could be make or break is if you ever be successful or not be successful. It's a lot of people that say, "Oh, they almost got me and I didn't go," and you're working at
Like, no.
Home Depot still.
oh, hold up, you're working at Home Depot. You know what I'm saying? Or you're working 3 jobs part time, talking about, yeah, they almost got me, but he tried to lie to me. Sometimes, they might spice it up a little bit, but the reality is that that one decision can change your life, your
Facts.
entire family, like
Yeah.
So
For the good, yeah, they almost got me a couple. No, they didn't. I want to say almost. They only got me one time. But like, every time they talk to me, they're like, "Oh man, we'll pay for your school." I'm like, "I go to school for free already." Nigga, what you talking about? Like, I'm going to school for free already. Oh, but the last guy I talked to, he had a good thing because at the time I want to go to medical school.
Mhm.
Medical school ain't free. Like you
Right,
can get in
right.
college for free. So he was like, "Oh, when you graduate, I think he said when you graduate, you'll go." I think I took like a practice ASVAB and I scored high enough to go to the Air Force.
Mm-hmm.
And they were telling me I can go on. When I graduate, I'll be like, I think as a lieutenant. They said I'll be higher and making more money, and I'll be telling people what to do. Like, this is how the guy brought it up to me. Oh man, you'll be like a manager over there. Like, oh, well, that seems cool. You'll be a lieutenant. You'll be doing this.
It's a little bit more. It's a little bit more work than that. But
I know, but
yeah,
they're trying to
that's
sell you
that's
the
gist.
dream.
Yeah, yeah.
You'll get this. You won't have to share or don't. I know he was lying to me. He was like,
Mm-hmm.
you get out of school, you'll be a lieutenant. You already have a college degree, so you'll be over everyone who just got out of high school. You'll do this, and then we'll pay for your school and teach you how to do medicine while you're serving for us. I was like, oh man, that sounds pretty cool. But I didn't want to do nothing. I was like, nah, I'm cool.
I just want to stay home.
Yeah, I want to play video games right now, bro.
But you took the school route. Like how was that route for you?
I'll say, but it depends how you grew up, man. Like when I grew up, it was just school. It was the only thing I knew. That's all we did, 24/7, 365. It was I didn't have summer breaks.
Did you really not? You never
Not
got a
until
break?
I got to high school. But I remember from like elementary, like I'll see people outside for summer. I'll be doing. It's like school never stopped. You just keep going. Keep going. Like
What?
people stop like New Year's, and I'll still be doing work.
But you graduated early and everything.
Yeah,
right?
I graduated.
that's why.
I was 16. But I remember that.
16.
Bro, school. I remember school. We go. You know how you have fall, spring. It was just non-stop.
No Christmas
bro.
break. No Thanksgiving break.
It kind of slowed down when I got to high school and I was being a little rebellious. And they sent me to high school. That's when it kind of like slowed down a bit. But again, when I went to college, all I knew was like I didn't have a job, so I would just go to school. Oh, literally, freshman year, I was taking like 6 classes. The first year, then summer, I'm taking 4 classes like it's a regular. I never stopped. Like my first 2.5,
Right. So that
2.5 years,
That
I just kept. I just
of
never
discipline.
stopped. It was
Yeah.
stuck in my head. It's just school.
Right.
Granted, I was going to school my first 2.5, 3 years. I didn't know what I want to do. I just signed up for something that sounded nice.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you know what you want to do? Not really. Well, do you like building stuff? I'm like, yeah. You like math?
I like Legos.
Yeah. You like chemistry? Like, yeah. You like reading? No. Okay, so we're going to put you in STEM. I'm like, I don't want to do no papers. I don't like to write, none of that. We're going to put you in STEM. So I think I was, what was I? I think at first I was some crazy chemist major. I feel like electrical chemical engineer, something crazy.
Yeah.
Some crazy status to impress people, because they ask me, oh, what's your major? I'd be like, electrical chemical engineer. They'd be like, whoa.
Oh,
I like that feeling of people like,
He can make a bomb.
Yeah, this guy's for real. This guy's for
shit
real.
right here.
He's
Like,
for
you know,
real,
I like
boy.
that feeling of people being like, whoa, this shit knows. But like when I was in school, I wasn't a terrible student. I was a good student. I won't say I was the best, but I never really tried to. I never wanted to be number one. I think that's what kind of took the toll on me.
What do you mean the toll?
Like, I never looking. I never. How do I say this? I never liked being looked at as a smart guy. So like when I started when I first went to high school,
So like you were scared of being like the teacher's pet type thing?
I was always a teacher's pet, because you know I remember
you didn't want to be looked as
like when I was in high school. I remember my first time in high school. It was 2000. I think I went to high school in 2011, 2012. I'm trying to remember.
You did it faster than any of us.
2011.
To be honest,
I'm pretty sure 2011, 2012. I think I was 11 years old when I started. 11, no, 12. I think 12. Yeah,
12 years old
when I started high school. And I remember that. My first day going in, head snap. Because what was that? 4'9", 4'10".
Yeah,
I'm
short little
12,
scrawny Khalif.
short, come here.
Yeah. You remember
Big
that?
butt
Remember
bag.
that?
I would never forget that.
It was a show called Smart Guy. You remember Smart Guy?
Yeah, with the
Yeah,
I forgot his
yeah.
name, the little light skin.
Yeah.
light skin. I
You look
remember
just
that.
like- yeah.
I went in there. I remember that. Middle school is across the street, bro. You know this thing. You here? You going here? Yeah.
Yeah,
Just
better grades than all of
admit it.
them.
Yeah, you can say that, but I'll go in. But there's a lot of things I had to like. It took me time to figure out the system, like school system, because I was confused. I didn't know.
Oh yeah, because
Like I was at home most of my life, and the couple times I did go to when I was in private school, those kids were most of those kids were homeschooled as well. So it was
really?
we all were weird, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I was used to it, but there was we all had to wear like the same clothing. So when I first went to high school, it was weird because like I never knew about Nikes. I never knew about Nikes, Vans, Converse, nothing name brand. So when I get to school, I think I was wearing like Fila's.
Shaq.
Fila, Shaq, regular, Walmart polo, some regular. I knew nothing. Regular book bag. First week, the niggas like, yo, where your J's at, dog? I remember that feeling, bro. That was terrible. I remember
like,
that
J's.
first week I got hot. I went
Yeah.
back home. Well, y'all sent me to school with this bullshit. What the fuck is going on here? Like, what the hell? Y'all got me in school looking wild. My mom cutting my hair. Like, niggas like, what's
No, I ain't got to line up. Y'all sending me over here.
Yo, I remember that. Like, bro, my mom's cutting my hair. Like, this. I'm like, yo, he got me looking crazy out here.
Bro.
Cause dude, that first week, he was like, yo, they telling you, why your pants so baggy,
Yo.
Because that's when, like,
when
jeans,
fitted,
skinny jeans,
fitted started, yeah.
why you got a medium shirt on when you were extra small? You know what I mean? Like, I didn't know. Well, I went back home that week. Yo, Bops. The hell? I like,
why y'all doing this to me, brother?
Yeah, I'm like, yo, man.
You knew what you were doing.
We gotta step up. So we gotta step up. So I think like I said, I never been to the stores, but he took me to Champs. That's the first time I went to like the mall and actually, because when I go to the mall, it's just movie theaters. That's all I knew. I never shopped. So we went to Champs. I think Champs Sporting is good. What it's called. I'll never forget this. It was buy one get one half off. But that's it. You get 2 shoes. I'll never forget this day. I saw everyone wearing these 2 shoes. It was low top Vans and low top Converse. So I got the black and white Chuck Taylors, and I got all black low top Vans, because this is what I kept seeing everyone wearing. And at that time, I was still thinking like I gotta get something that can make it last. My dad said he's never gonna buy me shoes after this. So I had to get those shoes. So I got all black and a black and white, and I got those shoes to make it like, because I knew I could keep them up clean.
Yeah.
Black shoes.
Yeah.
So I remember that. I was literally thinking I was doing the science.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
all right, if I get the white
next
white
week,
Megalith.
I'm be on point
Red.
next
Yeah,
week.
I
Well,
got
what?
2 shoes.
Yeah.
He only got me the shoes. I still had the baggy ass pants,
Yeah.
and, the big polo.
But it's a start.
We had the shoes.
It's a start.
The
It's
shoes
a
was
start.
getting better.
Yeah.
But I had to, it was like one day this shoe, like niggas was catching on. Hey, yo, you was wearing, you only got like, God,
He's stepping up in the world.
No, they started catching on. I only had 2 pair of pants, dog, a Vans and a Converse.
Mm-hmm.
But I used to starve myself for lunch. My dad used to give me $5 a day, right, for lunch. So you do 5 times 5, that's 25. So I used to not eat lunch, bro. Nothing. I would not eat lunch. I would save that money, and then at the end of the month, I probably have $50, $60. And I'll go right back to that Champs. It was on Biscayne and 79th. I'll walk there, buy another pair of Vans, buy another pair of Converse, just to like feel like I fitted in.
Oh, you
school.
Wait, so you bought another of the same pair of shoes? You wouldn't try to like
no different colors though.
Oh,
Yeah,
different colors.
So that's why I'm such a big Vans. Like always, like Vans
Yeah.
is like my favorite shoes.
Vans is my
Vans.
my
I didn't like
favorite.
Converse too much because I didn't like the way it like they
Formed
felt.
on your feet.
Yeah, my feet are better for Vans.
I've never tried
personally.
either.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, but going to school, you know, like it was to me like the mindset of clothing. Like I never thought about clothes and shoes and socks before I went to public school, and I was like, I wasn't bullied. Like niggas weren't beating me up, but they'll just be like, yo, you know, this kid's broke, which is true. My family's broke.
Yeah,
we had no money. We couldn't really afford it, but I never was told, yo, what the hell is feelers?
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Prior to that, it was never an issue.
It was never
you
an
didn't
issue.
Even,
Yeah.
You didn't even realize
I wear those shoes fine.
Right.
Going to
Like,
movies with
what?
my
I'm
family.
cool,
Yeah.
yeah.
Button-ups are fine. Like
Yeah.
it was never an issue. So that's when like mine kind of started turning. Okay. And then like I didn't have a phone. Everyone had a phone. Then I didn't get a phone until I think sophomore year. I finally got it. Freshman year I had no phone. I didn't have Facebook. I didn't have none of that. I was never into any of that.
Yeah, I didn't have.
Yeah, but I started becoming more of a class clown. But I was always a funny person. That was just my personality. I was never a quiet dude. You know, I started becoming more of a class clown, less studying, less this, because it just wasn't important to me. I just wanted to fit in type stuff.
Right, you trying to play catch up.
I was trying to play catch up.
The education portion is already there. You're already on point. You know what I'm saying? Your discipline's already there. Now you're trying to play catch up with the social.
Yeah.
That's
I wouldn't even
crazy.
say the education was there that much. Like my mom did most of the work.
Well, I'm just thinking like the discipline. The disciplines are you already knew what you had to do to be able to get the right grades and.
Oh yeah, I knew
Yeah,
that because I was
yeah.
scared if I would have came with bad grades, I would have got beaten.
Right. So, and that's
I would have got
and
beat
that's
up.
half of the battle right there. There's a lot of kids that go to school that don't even know how to like you said study or take notes. I know
I'm
for
terrible
me
at it.
specifically, I was like, teacher would be having a lecture, I'd be like,
What it do?
you know what I'm saying? Like I go to bed, you know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? So you know, so you already had that discipline.
Yeah, I didn't know what to do, bro. I was literally just like, okay. My whole point of high school was me trying to like get friends, you know, fit in.
Get a
that's
social
literally-
life, basically.
That's why when I first started working, all my money went to clothes and shoes. And that's the only thing I want to do. I want to have clothes. I want to have shoes. I want to have clothes. I want to have shoes.
Now you don't give a hoot.
Now,
Mhm.
like I barely buy clothes and shoes. Like I'm back to the books again. So like my mind kind of matured to back to books and clothes now. Don't get me wrong. I don't buy unnamed brand stuff like I don't buy Jordans and stuff like that anymore. But I still buy Vans and kind of like those are like cheap enough for me to not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I see what you're saying.
But-
So then you're really good at school. What do you think?
I want to say I was really good, but I struggle in
No, you're
some
pretty-
aspects.
From my
For the
point of view,
average-
you're like
from the
Okay, yeah,
average
I'm
kid.
above average from
All
the
right,
average.
I was in
Yeah.
ninth grade at 11 years old.
Yeah.
You're
To me,
way
you're like
above
boy
average,
genius
brother.
right now,
Yeah.
Jimmy
Yeah.
Neutron. Like, what is it you did to like? Do you think it was just because you did school so much
Just did school
that
so
like
much. It was just clicked.
you just
I
exercise
remember
your brain?
doing like, cause like before I was at home, so like, for me to get attention, I had to like excel in something. So my brothers, I'm considered the dumb one out of all my brothers.
Are you for real?
Yeah, my brothers were like way smarter than me. So I was considered the dumb one and not going.
Are your brothers
Me
in school?
graduating at high school at 16 was like failure. Like type
Should have
shit.
did it at 14.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
Oh my God.
Yeah, my older brother was like the god, bro. Like
Should have did it at
Yeah,
should have did
man.
it at 12.
exactly.
Yeah, right.
Like what? Like
I was
That's
literally
crazy.
just like that, bro.
His brother sipping tea.
Yeah.
You caught up.
shut up. Like what? Like
Yeah. I was considered the dumb one. So like, I was really good at math. That was the only thing everything else I struggled with. I was really good at. I was always good at math. So I remember like being, I think like 10. I was this how bored we were, like, because we couldn't watch TV. My mom let us watch TV during weekdays. I would have an algebra book. I'd do that for fun. Algebra problems.
No way.
We couldn't use the TV on weekdays, and on weekends
You couldn't go outside or anything like that?
Shit, not really.
Not really.
Cause dude, every time I come outside, I come back and I'd be bruised up or had to go to the hospital. Like every time I went outside to play football, because like I was a little skinnier than other dude,
Oh, I see what you're
I
saying.
get roughed up. I come back limping, Come back lipping, my teeth cracked, there's some scar on my face. It's like, all right, dude, you stay. No more outside for you. More outside for you. But yeah, no, I would just do algebra. I remember that. I still remember the book. Just doing the problems all day. It had nothing to do.
That's crazy.
Didn't have nothing to do, man.
I mean, for me, when I was in school, like, I was really bad at studying because like I would never do it. You know, the few times that I did, I know it worked because like, but I don't know. I just didn't have that drive to be like, all right, let me start reading this.
Man. That discipline.
I didn't have it when I was younger.
I agree. I agree with you.
And then when I would want to try, I'd be like, you know what? I'm gonna really pay attention today. And then the teacher starts talking. I'm like, all right, I'm doing it. I'm understanding what he's saying. All right. And then as soon as I think like, all right, I'm actually understanding it, I just like,
you start losing sight.
I just said like, the brain thought that I had, I was like, oh, I'm actually understanding it. I like, I can do this. Why did I think this was so hard before? As soon as like that whole little conversation happens to myself in my head, I just miss like 5 minutes of what he said. I'm like, wait.
Now you're confused.
I'm like, all right. Yeah, I can't do this.
Yeah.
That was me half of college, man. It was. I didn't know like when teachers.
That was me when I started it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no. Still, when I was in college. When I was in college, some classes I would just be like, I have to myself. I would go to a library and I sit in the library all day for hours, learning it myself. Because sometimes the way people teach is like, I don't get it.
I think my attention span is just really short. Because, like I said, like at first when I would be in the class, I would understand it, and then I'd be able to like, all right, it's not that hard. Sight. But then like after like I don't know, I guess the repetitiveness of doing it so many times, like in a day, or just like, you know, so, all right, it's the same class. She's going to talk about the same thing over and over. I already know what she's talking about. And then when I think I know it, and she decides to do something different, I'm like, what's going on here? Because when I tried college, I tried like one little semester class thing. I did 2 classes that were like, I think they were like.
I think you did a computer science class, right?
Yeah. But one of them, but I'm trying to say like how long it was. I forgot how long. I think it was like 4 or 5 months. No, I think it was like 6 months. Yeah. One of the 2 classes, and then I did one class. It was only 6 weeks. Yeah. I did better in the class that was only 6 weeks, which is more like congested of just information back to back than I did in the class that was like super stretched out. And it was just, I guess, I don't know, maybe the fact that it was just so much slower that I would just get bored faster and be like, all right. But the fact that it was back to back, I think that's why I'm gonna try to do it again, and I'm gonna try to do the faster ones.
They gotta be on your ass for you to.
Yeah. So I'll be like, all right, I got this.
Because sometimes we have too much time in your hands, you keep putting it off to the side.
That's what
I struggled with. Because I would get example. We start class in January. The first test is in March. Mm-hmm. He's like, we got 3 months.
Yeah, it's like
days keep going by. I can
learn this in like February.
You in March. Test is in 3 days. Oh crap! You got all that just time trying to learn everything you learn in 3 months. But when it's 6 weeks and you got to test every other week, you got to stay.
You got to test at the end of the class.
Yeah, you got to stay grinding.
I agree.
So yeah, I feel you on that.
Yeah, I agree. And we were just talking about that the other day. I was explaining to you, like, I don't want anybody around me that doesn't have a sense of urgency. Yeah. I feel like if you're around me and you don't have a sense of urgency, then we're just going to get complacent. Yeah. And we're going to fail. We're going to fail at life, not just a test or a semester. We're going to fail at life because nobody has everybody has to have the sense of urgency.
But I think that, like I said, if I'm being honest, like my couple years of college, I bullshitted, but not bullshitted as in my grades. My grades were always good. Because to me, you know, a C is like failure to me.
A C is failure?
C is failure, bro.
A C would be like, wow, you did something.
No, you know, like my first year of college, I got it was a 4.0 student. Got scholarships. I was already at like a full ride. But
easy.
Yeah, but I had a full ride and stuff from like school and scholarships and academic. But I was BSing, if I'm being honest. Like I never really knew exactly what I wanted to do, and I was just sitting there lost a lot of the times. Like I'd just be in school days, but I had no problem doing the work because it's all I knew. All I knew was school, man. It was nothing. I knew nothing.
That's just crazy.
School. So I go to class every day. Okay, final. Boom. It was like clockwork. So when we on like winter break, I didn't know what to do. Like it was not like when we were on winter break, bro. No, I'll play video games. Like there was nothing. I knew nothing. I had no friends. That's why, like, when I was going to high school, like, I tried to make friends. But when you finish high school and you go in college, you're not gonna really talk to those friends anymore. So when I went to college, my first year, I didn't really have any friends I started like making like friends my sophomore year. I was telling you the joke about how I met this girl my freshman year. I'm not gonna talk about it, but I'll tell you off air. But yeah, like my first year of college, I was just trying to like get a girlfriend. That was it. That was my goal. I had my goal set. I said I'm gonna get a girlfriend this year of college. It happened.
This is the year.
Yeah, that's it. My freshman year of college, I will find a girlfriend.
That'll be a good story.
That was my goal. I'll talk about that another time. But it was just distractions. I was there doing. I never knew what I wanted to do, but I'm happy I took an extra year of school. Like I was supposed to graduate in 2019, but I didn't know, bro. I just felt like I went to school for nothing.
What do you mean
towards
by
the
that?
end? Like I didn't know what I wanted to do.
Oh, I see what
Bro,
you're saying.
I was sitting there and I was like, bro, do I really want to? Because I was thinking about maybe medical school. And then, like, I got a C in organic chemistry, too. And they told me, like, oh, for me to go to medical school, I have to get a B in that class. I'm like, bro, this is the hardest class I ever took in my life. You tell me I have to retake it, and it's still a chance I might not get in. And then I have to do this, and they're like, medical school 7 years. I'm like, bro, I'm done. I was thinking about dropping out. It only had,
No,
like...
I remember he had that conversation.
Remember, I told you I was thinking about going to the Air Force. I was done. I didn't want to do it anymore. Done.
He calls me late at night, and he's like, yo, I can't do this no more.
But
Shit, I was done, man.
Imagine that, not knowing what you want to do, and you had a full ride. Imagine somebody that's 20,000.
Exactly.
30,000.
That's what, like, I was going to school, but like I said, I was BSing, but my grades were always
top notch.
My grades were always top notch. You know what I mean?
Right.
But I know a lot of people who went to school that I went to school with that were BSing, and they weren't going there for free.
Yeah.
Like I was going there for free,
like that.
BSing, but my grades were still good. But they were going there and just eating shit. Being honest, eating shit, not doing nothing, not in the books, and just failing. And by the time they finished, they got like a 2.6 GPA.
They didn't even learn anything.
Didn't learn anything. I want to say I didn't learn anything from academic wise, but I learned things life wise, like mistakes, crap, people. Like I just learned a lot of like things from there because I missed out from my early days of not going to middle school, elementary, and high school.
You missed out on like the social.
Yeah, I missed out on a lot of social experience. So that was super weird. Still weird now, but
It's still weird now.
yeah, super weird now.
Weird.
But like seeing that, like I'm like, bro, this is crazy because I finished school and I don't owe a dime to anyone.
Yeah,
like, I'm debt free. But I know a lot of people who owe money to school, and that's what I was telling you and Kareem like earlier off camera. Like that's what I was asking you guys about. What do you guys think about school and the system like that? Because I went to school for free, so I don't have an issue with school. But a lot of people go to school and they have to pay for it, and they don't know what they're doing with their lives. So, like, in me, if you don't know what you're doing, I think you should just take, like, an off year and just work. Figure it out. Or, like you said, go to, like, 2 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, just work. Because there's no point of you. If you know you're not going to go to school, you suck academically, you just don't have to drive, don't go to school. And by the time you go to school, you're already in $30,000 in debt. And now you're already taking an L before you really started life.
Right, and then you failed like 3 classes, so you gotta retake those, and
those 3 classes that you failed are going, like when you get an F in school, it's so hard to break an F, bro. Yeah. It's hard to break an F because that's a 1.0. Like that thing drops everything, bro. It drops everything.
It's
hard to recover.
Down.
Yeah, man, it's hard to recover from that.
All right, I think like I said earlier, I think if you don't know what you want to do, or if you're just procrastinating and you just bullshitting your way through school, I say, man, bro, pick up a trade, go sign a contract, go to the service, whether that be Marine Corps, Air Force, Navy, it doesn't matter.
Work, bro. Just
work. Yeah,
work. But work. Stack your bread. Right. Work 2 jobs. If you know you're not going to school, you're not doing nothing. If I wasn't doing nothing, I would be working 2 jobs.
For real, you've been working?
Honestly.
Yeah.
I worked 3 jobs over the summer last year.
You did? When?
Hell yeah. When I was working at Adidas. And then I had, I remember I was working at the hotel. At the side job at the hotel.
Yeah, you did do that.
I was working 3 freaking jobs. I worked in the side job. The third one I was doing Uber Eats.
Oh, okay.
Like, dude, like I was like, because remember, I was doing that. I was working at that and I had school. So like after Adidas, do the homework. And then in the morning from like 6 a.m. to 12, I worked at the hotel. And then after that, I work at Adidas from like 2 to like 8 p.m. to 10, sometimes closed. But like some days I'll have like off. Uber Eats. I'm driving around Brickell just doing like, I was just trying to work. I didn't have any money, bro, and I hated it. I was broke. I'm still broke now, but mentally I'm in a better like place. Because like back then I just wanted to have money you know, to go out with girls and this and that. I just wanted money to do stuff with it. But now I'm like, okay, let me just save up. Let me just focus on like my school.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think in the long run, with the education that you got,
yeah,
and I think also with a trade or whatever,
yeah,
people want money, but I rather wealth. You know what I'm saying? Like I rather, I don't want just.
But when you're 19, you just.
I'm just saying. I'm just
there's not much
I'm just
you can
explaining
get.
that right
Yeah.
now. But you already knocked out that goal. Okay, I got my degree.
Yeah.
And now it's time to go forward. But it's a lot.
Keep
of people,
moving.
Yeah, it's a lot of people that get stuck in I just want money mentality, money hungry. I just want money.
Yeah.
And you're like, how much money is money? Like, oh, I got like $500. $500.
Bro.
Like,
that's nothing.
You know what I'm saying? Imagine that. Imagine somebody will really kill you over $300. Like
$20.
$20. Oh, what? You know, so I mean, I think it's important, like at some point, whether that be 21, 22, 23, whatever age it is, to click to you, like,
Yeah, it clicked.
It click is like, okay, yeah, I'm making a couple $100 a week or whatever the case may be.
Is this able to provide, for example, a family or to buy a house?
Or what's in the long run? Like, do I want to work 3 jobs for the rest of my life?
Hell
you know
no,
what I'm saying?
bro.
Things like that. So
stressed out from doing that.
Yeah, so it's a lot of people that get caught up in that old crap. I just want money.
Yeah.
You know. So
I mean, yeah, I mean it's hard though at the same time because like now people think that the only jobs that you can get where you don't have to, or I guess the only lifestyle you could live with how am I trying to say this now? Hang on, I just lost it.
I mean, like the Instagram lifestyle?
Not the Instagram lifestyle. I think people
look up to that too much.
I'm talking about like when you go to school and you finish school and then you get a job right away.
That's a lie, bro.
People think that the only type of job where you can be comfortable is right after school. Like you have to have a degree in something in order to get a comfortable job.
Right.
You know.
Right.
And
right.
Nowadays you have to do a second like degree. You gotta get your master's now. It's like you gotta go to a second. Like I was a biology major. For me to be like a biologist, they're telling me I had to go to a graduate program. I'm like, bro, what do you mean? I thought this was the point. Oh, you can go be a bio teacher.
I gotta go to a program.
School. Right. And I think probably now, or it's always been a thing. I don't even think it's what you know anymore. It's who you know.
Yeah,
right.
Learning from their mistakes.
Because we can graduate at the same time, get the same degree, had the same grades, but I know Joe Smo.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I know Joe Smo, and Joe Smo is in a position, and we have that relationship.
Yeah,
we have that bond, and he's gonna help me get to this place. I think a lot of people take relationships for granted.
Yeah,
you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So,
what do you mean, like sharing a load? Basically,
no, knowing people.
No, like just relationships. A lot of people don't take relationships seriously.
No,
like,
I agree with you there.
Not just girlfriend, boyfriend. I'm talking about like
knowing a friend.
Like I know, Khalif. Like what's good?
I misunderstood it.
You know what I'm saying? I know Khalif. And
if I have something going on, I would help him get something going on.
Or you know what I'm saying, or just having somebody that you can bring something to that could cook something up.
Yeah.
Khalif came to me. He said, "Yo, bro, I wanna do this podcast. I got my boy Kev.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, yeah, I'm like,
you're my brother. Come on, bro.
Let's go. Let's do it. You know, he brought it to me because he felt as if
you would have the energy for it.
Right.
You know, like I said, I was telling Kevin earlier. I asked a lot of people before I asked Kevin, because Kev lived in.
Did you really? You never told me you before me.
No, so the problem was Kevin.
I wasn't first draft.
Nah, he was not first draft.
Last resort.
So I didn't want to bother Kevin because he lived far from me. Because I live in Miami now.
Yeah.
So I didn't feel like bothering Kevin. I was like, he lives too far. I don't want him to come over here every time for us to shoot. So I was like, people I've known that lives around here. Hey, you want to do this? Hey, what do we need? Oh, I'm down. All right, we need this and this and this. I don't have it this week. Then 2 months gone by. I was like, no, F it. That's why I only have trustworthy people. I only asked a couple people. I was like, no, let me just ask Kevin. Yo, you want to do this podcast? Sure, why not?
I'm about it.
That's literally all I want to hear. I'm tired of hearing, maybe we can, I'm about it. Let's do it. Let's get it done. But most people don't have the drive. Like we were talking about earlier, purpose, finding purpose.
Sense of urgency.
Like I be telling people, like sometimes you got to hit your head. Like I hit my head last year, and that kind of made me, not literally, but like mentally.
I thought you meant literally.
No, like mentally, I hit my head and I was like, okay, I kind of get life.
Right.
And then after that, I started cooking up in my head what I want to do. I started reading more books. I started studying different things and figuring out different aspects of what I want to do. And I was like, okay, I think I made my general decision of how I want to do and what I want to do. Like I always wanted to do a podcast, but I never felt
you
like
wanted to do YouTube first.
Yeah,
like,
I always
just in
wanted to
general.
do YouTube in general, but I was like, I'm a loser. Who wants to watch me
He
stuff like
would come up
that?
to me.
I'm a loser, bro. Who wants to see me, man?
Actually,
He would come up to me and he'd be like, "Yo, let's start a reaction channel." I'm like, "Reactions? What are you talking about?"
Yeah.
And then he started explaining to me. I was like, "That sounds kind of whack, but whatever.
Yeah.
We'll do like a few of them just to try him out." We did a few of them. I was like, "I hate
Yes.
this." And then we started
Terrible.
like, "All right, well, what about a podcast?" And then we were talking about like, "Oh, in the future, then we'll open up new stuff and we'll just it was just something to grow it off of."
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Sure. Yeah.
But this is something like doing a podcast. I know no one doesn't watch, but this is something we
No
do
one
for
doesn't.
fun. You know,
Yeah.
like this is fun to me.
I mean,
like
it's growing.
this takes away like sometimes I'm stressed during the week, but then after we do this, I feel like okay, I have people around me. Like this was fun.
Little TED talk.
Yeah, a little TED talk. Like, this was fun.
Yeah.
But like I said, it's about finding purpose. I don't think too many people know about the purpose. I've been asking myself that a lot in like the last 2 years. Like what am I? What am I meant to be? What am I supposed to do? How am I supposed to do it? What I want at the end of my life? Like dude, I want people to look up to me.
Do you have an idea of that now?
Of like what I want to do?
Like, what do you want to do? What are you supposed to be? And what are you supposed to do?
I was always me personally. I always know I want to be like a business person, like businessman, because that's what I was always good at, negotiating. Like even when I was a kid, like at church, and somebody was like, "Well, other kids." Like I be telling them what to do. Like they're like, "Yo, you gotta do this. You gotta do this. You gotta do this. If you want to do it, you do this."
Yeah.
Even like my dad's like that. My dad's very business minded. Like you think my dad's crazy sometimes. If you get this truck and you do this, you make this amount of money a week. I'm literally like my dad when it comes to like business, because my dad's a businessman. So like little stuff like that, I was like, okay, I need to do this to do this. I knew this to do this. I never liked to work. Like working at Adidas, I was miserable.
Oh no, me too.
I was miserable.
It was cool
like,
for a little bit.
Yeah, it was
The
cool like
people
the
were
first
cool.
month.
I
I
don't know
cool
about the
first month or two for me. But I never but what I did like was I bought the shoes on the side and I was selling shoes.
That's
and I was
what we
making
did.
more money and I was eating. But I always was like I like to negotiate, do contract. That's what I was thinking about, like more of a management side.
Yeah.
But not like a manager in a store. Like I like to manage like artists one day, like musicians. Tell them what to do.
Yeah, you were telling me what.
Yeah, I like to do like sports agents, not like that, but not to that extent. Do with contracts. I like to help people out, not get messed up.
Yeah, you always want to try to find benefits for both of us.
Yeah,
Whenever
that was always been my. I always like to, I always wanted to own certain things and like TV network, like that. This was always in my mind when I was younger. But like I said, I'm just like, oh no, I can't do that. I can't be on TV. I can't speak to people. It's just science. All I know is science. All I know is work, schoolwork. All I know how to do is math.
Algebra.
Yeah, algebra.
I wanted to own a Krispy Kreme.
Yeah, exactly. Stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's things like that. But like at the end, you have to find what you want to do. Do I still know 100% what I want to do? No.
What's your idea right now?
But I have a line in sight, a guidance for me to figure out what I want to do and what levels I can reach from doing this and this and this. You get me?
I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Like you have steps you could take. And
yes,
then
I see the potential for me doing this, for this to grow here.
And then as you take
because the
those
thing of what
steps,
I'm trying to do, what you guys know I'm trying to do.
Yeah.
When I get that's not something I'm forced to do. One thing, from doing that, I can venture out to many other things.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
I can venture out to many other things, but like I said, if you're not driving yourself to do those things, you won't be able to do it. No one wakes me up to go study.
That's crazy that you could do that. Wake up and study.
No one tells me I studied last night before I went to bed. An hour.
That's crazy.
I studied. I stared at the screen. Then I just went to sleep, and I woke up this morning. I went on a run. But like
you actually understand it?
Yeah, I'm understanding it little by little. Like this is a slow. What people don't understand is when you're studying something, you're not gonna know it immediately. Like just when you play sports, you're not gonna know the plays the first day. So every day, that's what sucks about things like the podcast. This is consistency.
Mm-hmm.
If we just did this once a month, we wouldn't be as good as we are now. We do it every week.
Yeah,
we work on it. We talk about it. We do more research on it on our off time. So it's being consistent with your goals. You can't just jump in and say, "Oh, I'm gonna do this," and then you do it for a week and you're like, "Oh, I don't understand anything. I'm gonna stop." When we first did a podcast, we didn't know nothing. Now look at us now. I finished editing the video in one day now. It should take me a whole week to edit the videos.
Struggling.
Talk heavy.
It should take me a week to edit the videos. Now it takes me a day and a half.
Yeah.
3 solid hours, and I'm done with it quick. But like I like to do it. We're consistent with it. We do it every day.
What purpose you want for this podcast.
I can see this growing. I don't think it's impossible. Like I'm watching all like YouTubers talk. Yo, they started same place we're at, but they're like consistency. Mm-hmm. That's the only word I hear. Consistency. Yeah. Never stop. Keep going. Once a week. Keep going. Don't quit your job. Just stay consistent. Like they always say that. Yo, don't quit your job and just start doing this. No, like yo, stay working there and do this every week. Like, be consistent. But I think there's a lot of like people don't have that. You know, people lose sight of that all the time. You know, chasing girls and other stuff, friendships, you know, popularity. Yeah, you know, man, I'm not gonna say I was the coolest person. I was never like the coolest person. I wanted to be, but like I just knew.
You're cool to me.
But I know I was never the coolest person. I know not everyone ever liked me, but that used to bother me like a couple years ago. You know, they asked me back then, hey, the person didn't like you. Why not? Now it's like, oh, probably said something to him. Yeah, like I don't like. Oh,
I don't like myself. Sometimes.
It's whatever. Yeah, man. Yeah, it's like, yo, I'm being real. Like, it happens, man. Not everyone's gonna like you. Not everyone's gonna respect the stuff you're doing. But like, I would like to be respected. So that's why I just do what I do. I mind my business, and that's whatever. Like Kareem was telling me, man. Like he woke up one day, he was just like, yo, I can't not do anything. Right.
That's a fact.
Go ahead.
It's a fact. You know, it's just like we were talking about having that purpose. You know, I think. A lot of days, people wake up and they don't even know if they're going, staying, walking, talking. You know, they don't have any purpose. You know.
Yeah.
I feel like at least you should have one thing to do every day. One, like at least one, like at least. Oh crap, I got to do this, or I'm going to do that, and you know, and that keeps you focused. That keeps you locked on. That keeps you ready. You know. For whatever obstacle, you never know what might happen. You just walk out the house, or you know, you pick up the phone and you make that call, or you never know.
Exactly.
So just keeping that purpose. You know, I answered the call when this guy called me about the podcast, and look, now I'm like running the whole show. You know, I'm doing the whole thing by myself. Like, you know, so without me, bro, it's just terrible, right?
I wouldn't say you run it, but I ain't feel like without
without
you,
without
we did that one episode. We're like, damn, this ain't
What's
it.
going on?
But yeah, but it's just growth. Like even when like I see a lot of like fat people, like obese people. Mm-hmm. It's like, man, you can't get up and, you know, run or something. You know, it's just,
some people are just that happy with themselves, but I don't know.
No, they don't be. They always be like, yo, I'm fat. Yeah, you've been fat for 4 years. Like,
don't get me started on fat people, bro.
Like, do something different, man. Like, get up, get out of bed, do something with your life, man. You can't keep blaming. I used to blame like my mom for everything. It was always my mom's fault. Oh, I don't have any friends because of my mom, man. She kept me in the house all day. Which was slightly true, but
it is slightly.
It's slightly true, but it's not all the way true. It's like when I went out, it was on me, man. I'm in college. It's on you to finally figure out what you want to do. You can't keep blaming your parents or the situations you're brought up in.
Yeah,
man. Like, listen, you got me here. It's my job to take my life somewhere else.
It's a fact.
Do the rest.
Do the rest. It's on me. It's on no one else. I can't blame anyone.
Mm-hmm.
No, this is on me. You got to do. This is your life. At the end of the day, you have to work on that, bro. You can't keep blaming people about your mistakes through your life. I forgot what your coach said while we were on the phone with him. He said something. He said, every decision you make determines a different aspect in your life.
So you go left or you go right.
Exactly. You go left or you go right. You know, we just, one of those things. I know I never hanged out with, like, you know, the gang members. I seen them. I never did anything.
Yeah.
You know, to get in trouble or like that. But it was just one of those things where I knew, I didn't want to do that, you know what I mean? Like, everyone can make their own decisions in life. It's just on that person to know it.
That's right. You gonna end it on that?
Yeah, man. The great philosopher Khalif, man.
Yeah, that was good. That's the wise words.
Really good,
the wise words, man. Those wise words. A lot of therapy. Yeah. All right. This was episode 9 of the Two Blunt Podcast.
That's 9, but
episode 9. We almost did it.
Yeah.
Always fill out a view. But yeah, man, that's it for this episode. A quick episode. We didn't really want to talk about more personal stuffs, in our lives. We're still figuring out where this podcast is going. We don't really know yet, but we're trying. We're improving every day.
It's going forward.
We're trying to be. We're trying to be. You know, what we're meant to be, but you know we gotta keep grinding. We're still not done yet. We still got a lot of life to live. We're gonna keep on moving. We got a lot of work to do, and we're gonna be consistent, man. We're gonna be consistent. That's our main goal. It's consistency right now. We're gonna be consistent. We're gonna keep improving and monitoring our lives for us to become better men, better human beings, yada yada, all the bull crap, and still be ourselves at the end of it. Again, my name's Khalif. I'm here with Kevin and King Kareem right there. Man. We are out, man. Peace, guys. Have a good one.